Welcome to the Kaosis podcast, proudly distributed exclusively by Heavy Magazine, the Southern Hemisphere's largest metal publication. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I will be being interviewed by Janobi, aka Michael Jamon, who will be asking me a few questions about our live single that dropped on Wednesday, Smash the Rail. G'day, Mike. How you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, brother. I hear you got some questions for me.
Yeah, sweet. So yeah, the writing of Smash the Rail was before I was in the band. So can you talk a bit about what was the inspiration behind the track?
I don't know. When I was first exposed to, I suppose, what's called bro step, which is kind of the American version of dubstep, I just saw like a massive synergy between dubstep and hardcore and metal. Like I just saw a crossover. I saw that the dubstep kids were essentially dressing like hardcore kids of the mid 2000s with all black backpacks with the caps, and they were all basically just headbanging, and they had circle pits, and I was like, why has nobody put this together, that metal and dubstep are so synergetic basically. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's where the song came from.
Nice, yeah. And what's the idea behind Smash the Rail as a term? What does that mean?
So smash the rail is a term that's used in dubstep, and it basically means just that the rail is the crowd barrier. So and you'll see in dubstep, like in dubstep festivals, all the kids will grab the rail and then they will just headbang in unison. Yeah, and so that's what smashing the rail is. And once again, I saw the similarities between metal and dubstep, and it was like, well, we headbang and we smash the rail, they headbang and they smash the rail, and I just saw the crossover basically.
And so when the song comes out, what label is it coming out on?
So this is the first track that we are dropping on Blood Blast Distribution, which is an imprint of Nuclear Blast. We have multiple records coming out with Blood Blast. We have the live EP, which this is a single from. We've got We Are the Future, which is the feature album, and we've got a full remix of that album, and then we've got an analog remaster of the album as well. That's going to be coming, all of it coming out on with Blood Blast, and that was put together. That introduction was made by the head of Nuclear Blast A&R, and it's been great working with them so far. I mean, it's been a super easy process, just getting things across the line, and we're really looking forward to cementing that relationship, releasing these singles, and essentially after this single, from this point on, we're going to be releasing a single every month for about 15 months. So, lots to come.
Sweet. And so yeah, obviously this song is from that live EP. And so can you tell us a bit about the footage? Where was this live video shot?
So this live video, so the EP itself is essentially the soundtrack to a full video that we shot. And the show was basically one of the first shows back after COVID. So, we hadn't played a show obviously for about 2 years at that stage, and essentially just wanted to come back and hit the hometown crowd. So we booked out Totra, and yeah, great. It was an awesome night. But I mean, even now, as you know, like we shot that how long ago now? A year and a half ago. So it's already feeling quite old in terms of like seeing the production as it was then and what it is now. But yeah, still super proud of like what we accomplished through that shoot. That's for sure.
Cool. And so dubstep as a genre, obviously other genres of electronic music perhaps are more popular nowadays. What's your thought on the lasting influence of dubstep on popular music?
I don't know, but I do know that dubstep has been around already for about 20 years. And, it's obviously gone from like two-step and garage sort of combining with dub elements to form what was originally the UK dubstep into what we now are familiar with, which I term as bro step, because It's the stuff that like Skrillex, Zomboy, and those guys popularized. And like anything, I think that, you know, some of that sound design is still prevalent in dance music, but I think the problem that dubstep had, like a lot of trends, is that pop culture got hold of it and just thrashed it and overexposed people to it, and the sound itself I don't think was given a chance to develop. Dubstep is still massive. It's just not so much. I mean, like, you look at Lost Lands and stuff like that, they're still pulling, I don't know, probably who knows, like 40,000 people. I don't know. It's massive. So it's still highly prevalent. It's just not quite in the mainstream eye as it once was. But yeah, that's my thoughts.
So, you know, obviously this track is a crossover between dubstep and metal. What would be a good dubstep artist that would be a good entry for metalheads to listen to?
I reckon that all metalheads that are into any kind of dance music at all, or electronic music, or even highly processed metal music, check out Sullivan King. He is basically a guitarist that produces guitar like more traditional metal riffage, sort of metalcore riffage with big dubstep drops. And he sings on his tracks. He's a phenomenal performer too, and so he's actually on stage playing his guitar while he's mixing as well. He's killer. Probably the biggest influence that I've had on our sound is XEN. He's massive. If you even check out the song Neck Brace by XEN, you will hear the parallels between Smash the Rail and that track. And once again, the song is Neck Brace, and it's about fucking headbanging, you know. And then something that's not dubstep, but it's kind of dubstep adjacent, and that's Mick Gordon, who you may know from doing the Doom soundtrack and Prevail to Slaughter. That's what they're called. The singer from Alex, is it Alex?
I think so.
Yeah, so and he did a vocal cover over that, and it's brutal. It's amazing. So check that out too, Mick Gordon. And if you want to get super specific, check out the Mick Gordon vocal cover. It's killer. Yeah. Cool.
So obviously there's lots coming up for Kaosis. Is there anything else specific you can announce?
Yeah, we've just been working with a merch company called Merch Masters. We've just signed a deal with them to start distributing more of our merch, which is quite a big deal. Those guys are going to rapidly expand into New Zealand, and we're stoked to be one of the first business partners that they've taken on board. And you will see them have a presence at all of our future shows as well. So yeah, I'm super hyped about that, because, you know, obviously that with streaming these days being worth so little, diminishing physical sales, revenue streams are at all-time lows. So like, we really have to capitalize as musicians on merchandise, and it's good to finally have a forward-thinking, innovative merchandising partner. So that's pretty cool.
Sweet. And anything else that's coming up that we want to talk about?
So yeah, I mean, like, it's just the shows really. So we've got Frenzy Fest in Taranaki on the 22nd of June, Distortion Fest in Palmerston North on the 26th of August, Overload Festival at Tokyo Street on the 9th of September, Railfest in Hamilton on the 23rd of September, and then in October we're hitting 12 dates across Australia and New Zealand as part of the Numetal Mayhem tour with Waylon Revis, and as Colsephone, Sensoto, and Piston Fist, and that's going to be a massive career highlight for all of us, I think. Yeah, well, cool. Well, really appreciate you stopping by, Mike, and dropping some questions for the release of Smash the Rail, which dropped on Wednesday. You'll be able to check that out on YouTube. And so if you're interested in seeing Kaosis and seeing what we were about prior to checking us out at any of those shows we mentioned, check out the video because it'll give you a good insight into what we're all about. All right. Well, thanks, everybody, for tuning in again. This has been another Kaosis podcast. Stay heavy. Smash the fucking